So I've been criticizing Frank Tufano a lot lately, and it's become very clear that Frank is deliberately lying and spreading potentially harmful, false, misleading information for no other purpose than for a little bit of fame on YouTube and, some quick cash. And if this situation isn't just irrefutable proof of that, I don't know what is. So Frank uploaded this video titled "Vegans Can't Absorb Vitamins." Now, just like all of his other videos, it's just completely filled with lies and BS. Vegans can absorb vitamins. If they couldn't, then the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics wouldn't have released a published peer-reviewed statement stating that vegan diets are nutritionally adequate and healthful for all stages of the life cycle. So Frank is lying in this video. He just deliberately spread some false, misleading information to appeal to his particular audience, and I challenged him on that. So I said, how about we have another debate on this specific topic, or are you too afraid I'd embarrass you again? So Frank and I had a debate a few months ago, and I absolutely embarrassed him. I embarrassed him so badly, in fact, that by the end of the debate, he nearly started crying. And that's why I said, I know you never do any research, but maybe if you come prepared next time, you won't end up crying. Also, if you've been watching my videos about Frank lately, Frank himself admitted that he never does any research at all.
The main thing that bothers me is his willingness to lie and deceive people for his own benefit. In the debate he had with me, all he cared about was how intelligent he looked, making the carnivore diet look bad, making me look stupid. It wasn't about educating people. It wasn't about looking at data. It wasn't about having an honest conversation.
So Frank is claiming that I deliberately lied during the debate we had a few months ago, and I wasn't trying to have an honest conversation. Well, Frank admitted during a recent live stream that he did absolutely no research or preparation for the debate we had, and he was just bullshitting the entire time.
Oh no, Vegan Gains is okay with calling me out for a debate because he knows I won't do any preparation whatsoever. He knows I'll just come into the debate and just bullshit the whole time, so. I mean, I don't sit at my desk all day compiling up anti-carnivore notes or like debate bullshit.
What he does is he uses Google. If he's going to talk about a specific topic, he'll just Google that specific topic, find a few articles. He'll only read the title of those articles or maybe a few studies, but he won't actually read the articles or the studies. He just reads the titles, and often, what is often the case, the articles or the studies he references directly contradict his claims because he never actually reads anything. And Frank admitted this himself. If you go back and watch my previous videos on Frank, he admits it himself. So Frank responded to this. He says, "I'll debate if Bart Kay is the moderator." Now, I think Frank is being a little facetious here, but Frank is in a position where if he declines a debate with me flat out, it'll make him look really bad. I've watched a few of Frank's live streams, and while he is live streaming, I've challenged him to several debates, and every single one of his fans will say, "Oh yeah, Frank, what are you doing? Debate him. Like, what's the deal? I'd totally love to see Frank debate me." So his fans really want to see him debate me. So if he declines, well, he'll look like a coward, he'll look like a liar, it'll make him look like he doesn't know what he's talking about. So even though I do think he's being facetious here, he did say, "I'll debate if Bart Kay is the moderator." I know Frank has no intention of ever debating me, but I called his bluff. So I said, okay, I'm fine with him moderating. When do you have time? So then Frank responded with this. "I will debate on a random topic chose by a neutral moderator. The topic will be presented at the start of the debate." Very strange demands here. So first of all, he said he wanted Bart Kay to be the moderator, but now he wants there to be a neutral moderator. He didn't say he wants Bart Kay to moderate. So isn't that funny? So at this point, it's pretty damn obvious that Frank has no intention of debating me, and I think the reason why he said a neutral moderator, rather than just repeating, Bart Kay, let's have Bart Kay moderate, is because if he wants a neutral moderator, well, then he can just infinitely deny whatever moderators are suggested. So if I say, oh, this person should moderate, well, then he'd say, oh no, it's not neutral enough. And then even if I say, okay, well, why don't you have Bart Kay or some carnivore person moderate? Even if the moderator is in his favor, well, he'll say, oh no, I want a fair debate. That moderator's too biased towards me. So that's why he said he wanted a neutral moderator. He just wants to make it so that he can infinitely deny the debate and have what he considers a valid excuse. And then he said the topic will be presented at the start of the debate. So there's two reasons why he did this. For one thing, it would create a more level playing field. He knows I'm a lot smarter than him. I'm actually able to read, unlike him. And if I'm not able to prepare before the debate, it'll create a slightly more level playing field, only slightly. And secondly, if this debate were to ever occur, which it's pretty obvious after you watch this video, it's pretty obvious it's never going to happen. But if it were to occur, well, then he'd have an excuse for losing. He'd say, oh, well, the debate topics were chosen at random, so I had no chance to prepare. And, if I was able to prepare, then, maybe it would have been different. So that's why he's doing this. Really bizarre set of demands here. I've never heard of a debate being set up like this, where the topics will be presented at the start of the debate, and they're chosen by the moderator. Very odd. So then my wife Jasmine chimed in here. She said, you call Bart Kay a neutral moderator? Lol, I think Sverige is a more neutral moderator than Bart. I'd agree there. Now, Sverige is crazy, but he is a very polite guy. You can actually talk to him, and he is actually fairly fair when you have a conversation with him. Bart, he kind of screams and yells whenever he doesn't get exactly what he wants or you disagree with him on any level, and he's just an absolute pain in the ass to work with. Sverige, he's actually a pretty polite guy, and he's fair. Then Frank responded, well, technically, I'm not debating Vegan Gains. I'm debating both of you at once, so I think it's 2 versus 2. How is that not neutral? Again, two problems here. First of all, my wife Jasmine isn't my debate partner. She's never been my debate partner in any debates. She knows nothing about nutrition or any of these topics I discuss in my YouTube channel, so what the hell are you talking about? And 2 versus 2. Well, you said Bart Kay is the moderator. Moderators aren't on your debate team. They moderate the debate. So I don't think Frank understands what a moderator is. Then Jasmine responded, LMAO, you've completely lost your mind. No one ever said anything about me debating. Jasmine thinks he's trolling. I don't think he's actually trolling. What I think he's doing is he's just throwing whatever he can at the wall and hoping something sticks. I think that's his tactic. But despite this, despite him maybe possibly trolling, maybe being facetious, I said, okay, let's do it. When do you have time to debate? So when he first said, I'll debate if Bart Kay is the moderator, I said, okay, fine. Then he changed his demands again, and then he said, I'll debate you on a random topic chosen by a neutral moderator. The topic will be presented at the start of the debate. Okay. Then I said, sure, let's do it. When do you have time? Let's set this up. And, well, what's this? What's this? So Frank never ended up responding to me. So I waited about an hour, and Frank still didn't respond. Up until that point, he was responding to me immediately after I'd write a reply. So he wasn't responding, so what I did was I messaged him privately. So I asked Frank, so you wanted to have a debate so long as you get to choose the debate topic at random right when the debate starts, and you get to pick your own neutral moderator. When do you have time for the debate? And then Frank changed his demands around again. He says, I don't care about choosing the topic, but the moderator has to be neutral, and they have to present 3 topics that we can discuss over the course of the debate. So let's see. This started off with, I'll debate you if Bart Kay is the moderator, and, given his response, I'd have to imagine he agreed on the original debate topic of whether or not vegans can absorb vitamins. Then I said, okay, fine, and then he changed it again. Then he said, I'll debate you on a random topic chosen by a neutral moderator, and the topic will be presented at the start of the debate. I said, fine, when do you have time? Nothing. Then I asked him again, and then, oh, now it's a neutral moderator, and there has to be 3 debate topics. Funny how this keeps changing over and over and over again each time I say, okay, let's do the debate. So his demands keep getting more and more bizarre in an attempt to make it so that I just won't debate him because, it's just not in my favor. So what he's hoping to do is constantly come up with new demands until I finally say, okay, I'm not interested in doing that. Then he says, oh, well, I guess you're the one not interested in debating. But I keep calling his bluff. And I said, okay, are you going to choose the moderator? Tell me when you have free time and we'll do it. Then he says, I don't really know anyone. I'm free most mornings this week. Oh, isn't that weird? So first you suggested Bart Kay. Then you said, oh no, let's choose a neutral moderator. Then when I ask you, okay, do you have anyone in mind? I don't know. Oh, okay. Ah, weird. I see where this is going. So then I just suggested JF. He's a guy I've debated before, and obviously he's not vegan, so he wouldn't be biased towards my position, but I think he's a good moderator. I said I'd recommend JF. I've debated him before. Obviously, he wouldn't be biased towards supporting me, and he's a good moderator. Then he says, then Frank replied, maybe we can have him do 2 topics and Bart do 2 topics. So then I'm like, what? Okay, so first you say you want Bart to moderate. Then you say you want a neutral moderator. Then I ask you, okay, well, who's going to moderate? Then you said, I don't know. Then I suggested someone, JF. Then he says, okay, well, how about we have the guy you suggested to choose 2 topics, and then have Bart Kay choose 2 topics. Then I'm like, what? I didn't understand what he was saying. So I asked, what are you talking about? Are these going to be 2 separate debates, or are you thinking of somehow having 2 moderators? And then, obviously I pointed out, it's pretty obvious you're not taking this seriously. Every single time I agree to debate you on your terms, you just change your demands and give me weird, vague answers. If you don't want to debate, just admit that you're afraid of embarrassing yourself again because you don't know what you're talking about and you constantly lie about everything. So then Frank responds, I want as much objectivity as possible, so 2 moderators, 2 topics each. I don't think Frank understands what objectivity is. This sentence makes absolutely no sense. How would having 2 moderators increase objectivity? What? This just doesn't make any sense, Frank. Maybe before you pick words that sound nice and fancy and it seems like it fits in a sentence, maybe you could just use the Google and find out what those words mean, since clearly you didn't learn these words in school. So then I replied, you don't know what objectivity means, do you? Can you explain why having 2 moderators in one debate would ensure objectivity? And can you show me one example of a debate that has had 2 moderators? I've never heard of a debate having 2 moderators. What the hell is he talking about? So let's just go back again. So this started off with me saying, let's have a debate about, vitamins. Then he said, okay, I'll do it if Bart Kay is the moderator. Then I said, fine, let's do it. I'm fine with Bart Kay moderating. Then he changed it again. Oh, it has to be a random topic, neutral moderator. The topic has to be presented at the start of the debate, so neither of us can do any research. Then I said, okay. Then he didn't reply. And then, let's see. Then he said, oh, I don't know what who the moderator should be, and it has to be 3 topics. 3 topics with a neutral moderator. Then he says, oh, I don't know anyone who could moderate. Then I give a suggestion, and then, oh, now suddenly it's 2 goddamn moderators. And he's just making things more and more ridiculous. He's just adding on different demands so that he can never say, oh yeah, let's do it, okay, let's set a time. No, he keeps coming up with excuses, keeps changing his demands, keeps making them more and more ridiculous in the hopes that I'll just say, okay, forget about it. And no, I'll just keep calling your bluff. Then I just said again, Frank, if you don't want to debate, then just tell me and stop wasting my time. Every single time I have agreed to your debate terms, you change your mind and make more and more ridiculous demands. Choose a moderator, choose whatever debate topic you want, and pick a date. Then he says, you don't either if you're a vegan. I'm guessing he's saying, I don't know what objectivity is since I'm vegan. Okay, I don't know what being vegan has to do with the ability to understand the dictionary definition of objectivity. Also, if you need to ask that question about 2 moderators, I don't know what to tell you. You didn't think ahead at all. You're just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. Frank is honestly, he has to be the most unintelligent person I have ever done a video on YouTube. That might be a bold claim, but I'm pretty damn sure no one has ever I've never encountered anyone with this lack of intelligence on YouTube before. And man, I've made videos about Cali Muscle. Like, I've made videos about C.T. Fletcher, Furious Pete, some people who are pretty damn dense. He's on top. He's on top of the pile of... yeah. Then I just responded, no debate in history has ever had two moderators. The only reason you're doing this is to make things more difficult to coordinate, so this debate never happens. Choose whatever moderator you want. I don't care who it is. If you want Bart Kay to moderate, that's fine. Choose whatever debate topics you want. You don't even have to tell me about the debate topic until the debate starts, which would give you a huge advantage because you can prepare, whereas I cannot. Just pick a date. So I'm giving Frank a huge advantage here. I'm saying, no, don't even bother finding a neutral moderator. Find whatever moderator you want, give yourself the biggest advantage possible, have it be Bart Kay or some other carnivore who is extremely biased to your position. Also, you don't even have to tell me about the debate topic. You can choose whatever debate topic you want, pick it. Don't tell me what the debate topic is until right at the start of the debate so I can do absolutely no research and you have all the time in the world to do all the preparation you need. And guess what Frank says? It's still not really an advantage when you stall questions you don't know and have Jasmine give you an answer. What? Okay, so I'm giving you literally every single possible advantage for this debate, and that's not good enough for you because apparently I can stall and have my wife do research for me? Are you crazy? So, again, Frank is coming up with the most ridiculous excuses Well, you know what? This is the best he can do. For his level of intelligence, this is the best excuse he could possibly come up with. And you know what? I think he knows this is pretty pathetic. Even though, he's not too bright, I think he knows that this really isn't it's not his best work. So then I asked, what are you talking about? Stall questions I don't know. What does that mean? Again, I literally don't understand what his sentences mean. And what do you mean, have my wife give me answers? My wife is in the room right now and she thinks you're insane. And again, you can just read that, community guidelines. And then I offered him another proposition. How about this, Frank? Get Bart Kay and Sean Baker to moderate the debate. So 2 people. You want 2 moderators, Frank? Okay, get the most 2 biased individuals I know of that would totally support your position 100%. Bart Kay and Sean Baker, they can moderate. They can choose whatever debate topics. These are 2 people who are strongly biased in your favor and can pick whatever debate topics you want, and you don't even have to tell me about the debate topics beforehand. Does that sound okay to you? I'm not afraid of you. You are one of the least intelligent people I've ever come across, and no matter what the circumstances are, I will embarrass you. And then, guess what? I don't hear anything back from Frank. Weird. So let's go through this all again so you can see the whole trail here. So I challenge him to a debate on vitamins. He agrees so long as Bart Kay is the moderator. Then I said, okay, I'm fine with that. Then he changed his demands again. I'll debate on a random topic chosen by a neutral moderator. The topic has to be presented at the start of the debate. Okay, let's do this. Let's frickin' do this. Oh, no response. Then we have this long-ass conversation. So then, I don't know what moderator, I don't know what moderator to choose, and then I recommend a moderator. Okay, let's have this moderator. And then he says, oh, maybe we can have him do 2 topics and Bart do 2 topics. So now all of a sudden it's 2 moderators, each of them picking 2 different topics. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so let's do that. So then I offer him to choose whatever moderator he wants. I don't care who it is. It can be Bart Kay, choose whatever debate topics he wants. And he doesn't even have to tell me what the debate topic is until the debate starts right then. So I can't even do any research beforehand. He'd have a huge advantage. And then he makes up another excuse saying, oh no, that wouldn't give you a good, a big enough disadvantage because my wife can do research for me, apparently. And then I said, okay, well, let's do this, Frank. Pick the two most biased moderators possible, two moderators who are insanely biased towards your position, and you can pick whatever debate topics you want. Don't tell me about the debate topics beforehand. I'm going into this completely blind. You can do all the research, and then, silent. Frank's not interested. So, again, Frank has, like, when Frank live streams, I've challenged him to debates many times, and his audience says, do it, Frank. Debate vegan gains. What are you waiting for? Well, now you know. Frank knows he is wrong. Frank knows he's a liar. He is deliberately lying to you, and even when I give him every single advantage possible, and keep in mind, this is a huge, this is a huge opportunity for Frank. I'm a much bigger channel. I have 350,000 subscribers. He'd have a huge freaking advantage going into this debate. He could make me look like a complete moron. He has every single advantage possible to impress my followers, attract people from my audience over to his. And what does he do? No, silent. He's not interested. So there you go, everyone. Frank is a liar. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This is basically an admission of that. He lies through his teeth every single video he makes. He has absolutely no clue of what he's talking about. He does no research. He admits this himself. So why are you watching him? Seriously, why? Really? You're going to follow someone like this? It just blows my mind. So if you're a Frank Tufano follower, please leave in the comments. Why? Why do you follow a liar like this? And just to wrap things up, I know a lot of Frank's followers are going to ask, oh, well, Vegan Gains, you're a total hypocrite. You challenged Bart Kay to a debate, and then when that was about to be set up, you declined. You just backed out of a debate with Bart, so you're a coward too. Well, no. Yes, I did agree to have a debate with Bart Kay, but then I found out that he was a total crazy person who is no different than Frank. He is a lying fame whore who is just trying to use my platform to gain some more followers so he can make some quick Patreon dollars. So I declined the debate. Bart ended up debating an actual doctor, Dr. Ricky. And you know what? If you want to see a debate, like Bart debate a vegan, well, here it is. It's right on my channel, Bart Kay debate fail. It's the full debate right here. And what Bart ended up doing was he appealed to his own authority. He didn't provide any evidence for his claims, and he was spouting science denial nonsense. And he just absolutely got demolished in this debate. Well, what did Bart do after the debate? He tried to get his followers to dox Dr. Ricky, find out where he lives, his address, his personal information, and he also supports deplatforming. He encouraged his followers to flag Dr. Ricky's channel. So, you know what? I'm not interested in getting involved with someone like that. I'm not interested in getting involved with a just psychotic fame whore who's in support of doxing and deplatforming. So that's why I don't debate Bart Kay. There are actually two people I refuse to debate. Bart Kay and Daphne Reloaded. They're just too crazy for me to deal with. I've actually challenged people who are much smarter than Bart Kay to debates. Lane Norton, for instance, who has an actual PhD, whereas Bart Kay didn't. Lane ended up declining the debate. But I'm not afraid of Bart. I'm not afraid of his intellectual might. I'm afraid of him doxing me and, this deplatforming bullcrap. So that's why I'm not debating Bart Kay. It doesn't make me a hypocrite. But again, ask yourselves, if Frank Tufano was this person who's so much smarter than me, knows so much more than vegans, why is he behaving like this? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little ramble I went on. And as always, don't subscribe to Frank Tufano.